Ozzy Osbourne wasn't just the Prince of Darkness, he was a rock legend, a TV icon, and a man who fought more battles than most could imagine. From wild stage shows to emotional moments with family, fans followed a life filled with epic highs and painful lows. He struggled with addiction, illness, and constant media attention. And now, the world is stunned as news of his autopsy begins to surface. With all his past health issues, few expected this ending. So, what really caused Ozzy's death? Born John Michael Osbourne on December 3, 1948 in Birmingham, England, he grew up in a working-class family with 5 siblings. In a documentary about his life, he remembered feeling like a peasant, but said his father believed he was destined for something great, a belief that stayed with him. In 1968, Ozzy formed Black Sabbath with Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. Their first album in 1970 helped launch a new genre, heavy metal. The band's success exploded, but so did the problems. In 1979, Ozzy was fired due to drug use and clashes with the band. But instead of fading away, he launched a solo career in 1980 that became even more successful. He continued to make music with and without Black Sabbath for decades. His final solo album, Patient No. 9, came out in 2022. Altogether, Ozzy sold more than 100 million records. He earned stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and the Birmingham Walk of Stars. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, with Black Sabbath in 2006 and as a solo artist in 2024. He also received major awards, including the Global Icon Award and the Ivor Novello Lifetime Achievement. But Ozzy's story wasn't just about fame. He let the world see his struggles, especially when he invited cameras into his home in the early 2000s. The Osbournes, a reality TV show that aired on MTV, showed Ozzy, his wife Sharon, and their kids Kelly and Jack living under one chaotic roof. The show was a hit, but it took a toll. In a later interview, Ozzy revealed that by the time it ended, the kids were using drugs and Sharon was battling cancer. They agreed as a family to walk away from the spotlight. Ozzy's personal life was complicated. He was married twice and had 6 children. His first marriage, to Thelma Riley, ended in pain. Ozzy was often away on tour and consumed by drugs and alcohol. He later admitted he couldn't even remember when his children from that marriage were born. In 1982, he married Sharon Arden, who became his manager and strongest supporter. They had 3 children, Amy, Kelly, and Jack, and despite ups and downs, they stayed together for over 4 decades. Ozzy even wrote songs for his children, like My Little Man for Jack and a touching track for Amy, which ended with her voice saying, "I'll always be your angel." Later in life, Ozzy and his family lived between Buckinghamshire and Los Angeles. He became a grandfather, and though his past was filled with mistakes, his love for family remained clear. But the years of hard living took a toll. While fans still saw the rock star, his health was failing behind the scenes. He kept going, recording, performing, and showing up, even as his body began to slow down. Ozzy Osbourne died on July 22, 2025, at the age of 76. His family released a statement. "It is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report that our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love." Fans were heartbroken when Ozzy Osbourne passed, just weeks after his final concert on July 5th in Birmingham. Over 40,000 people, including stars like Jason Momoa and Steven Tyler, watched the Prince of Darkness say goodbye. Behind the scenes, Ozzy was in constant pain. Parkinson's disease had made walking difficult, and years of injuries, surgeries, and setbacks had taken their toll. "It's going to be the final surgery because I can't do it anymore," he said in 2023. Still, he never gave up. "I walked upstairs today for the first time in a while," he once shared, proud of even the smallest victory. Ozzy went public with his Parkinson's diagnosis in 2020, though Sharon later revealed he'd been living with it since 2003. Despite everything, falls, surgeries, addiction struggles, he stayed open, honest, and determined to keep going. In the end, his courage, resilience, and love for fans defined his final years. In his final months, Ozzy looked forward to peace. He was renovating his home in Buckinghamshire and hoped to settle down. "I count my lucky stars," he told Rolling Stone. "Sometimes I think I'm on borrowed time." He and Sharon reflected on their wild journey. "What a great fucking life we've had." Still, he had one last gift to give. On July 5, 2025, Ozzy performed for the final time in Birmingham, where it all began. The Back to the Beginning concert reunited Black Sabbath's original members, their first show together in 20 years. Too weak to stand, Ozzy performed seated on a bat-shaped throne, singing with everything he had. "If my God wants me to do the show, I'll do it," Ozzy said before his final concert. And he did, singing Mr. Crowley, Mama I'm Coming Home, and Crazy Train from a bat-themed throne. At the end, he told the crowd, "You have no idea how I feel. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart." Fireworks filled the sky as a banner read, "Thank you for everything. Birmingham forever." The show was 2 years in the making, with stars like Billy Corgan, Slash, and Fred Durst joining. Tom Morello called it the greatest heavy metal show ever. Ozzy trained daily just to make it happen. "His fans were everything," said Sharon. Days earlier, Ozzy posted a photo of his dressing room door with the caption, "It's my time to go back to the beginning." 2 weeks later, he passed away at 76, surrounded by family. In a joint statement, Sharon and his children said he died, surrounded by love. The family also shared a powerful image of him on stage. That concert, Back to the Beginning, raised money for causes Ozzy deeply cared about, including children's hospitals and Parkinson's research. Tributes flooded in. Black Sabbath wrote, "Ozzy forever." Elton John called him a legend. Metallica posted a broken heart. Youngblood remembered his laugh. Jason Momoa, who hosted the show, simply said, "Love you, Ozzy." More stars followed, from Gene Simmons to Adam Sandler to PETA, all honoring the man who changed music and inspired millions. Though no official cause of death was shared, Ozzy had long been open about his battle with Parkinson's. The disease had taken a major toll, but he fought to give fans one last unforgettable show. He wanted to go out on his own terms, Sharon said, and he did. 2 weeks after his powerful final performance in Birmingham, Ozzy Osbourne passed away peacefully at 76. What will you remember most? The music, the fight, or his final farewell? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories from Hollywood's fascinating history.